Hey y'all! Today I thought it would be fun if we hung out in the studio and we did some acrylic pouring on DIY canvases. Are you ready? Let's get busy! Hey y'all! Today we're going to do 3 types of acrylic pour paintings on DIY canvases. And so this is what I'm going to use. We're going to be using newspapers, random size pieces of cardboard, MODGE, a paintbrush, and then you're going to need some water, some cups to mix with, some sticks to mix with, some glue, some silicone spray. This is Kit Kat. I am taking care of her. You'll need I miss Kit Kat. You'll need something to elevate your work. These are just lids, small lids off of trays, just so it'll drip onto the table. And then your choice of paints. Let's get busy. Kit Kat, you can't sit in my lap, honey. So the first part is to make the canvas. I've cut out a rectangle of cardboard. I've got some Mod Podge, an old paintbrush, and some newspapers. Cut your paper to fit your cardboard, kind of like you would wrap a Christmas present. So there's some overlap, a little bit of overlap. So here, it's right here. So I'm gonna cut about, I don't know, what is that? An inch. We'll do an inch, since there's an inch on this end. So I find my corner. Okay. And then I'm gonna do a thin layer on both sides of the cardboard. Knock off the excess. And then I'll use that to do this side really quickly. We're not worried about what the cardboard looks like, because we are going to make an awesome painting on this cardboard newspaper canvas. Okay, now that I've got a thin layer, there you go. I'm going to go ahead and just smooth that newspaper onto there, nice and tight. And then I'll go ahead and tack this side down. Awesome. Alright. That is adhered. And then we'll make this the back side. So here's the edge of my cardboard here. So I'm gonna wrap it like a present. So make a corner here, make a corner here, and then fold it back like this. And then we're gonna put some Mod Podge underneath here to seal that into place. And then we'll do some on the top as well. Do the same to the other side. Tuck in my corners. Fold that over. Make it so it check on it as it dries. In case you need to add a little bit more. And then we're going to do just a quick, this is going to be the back. So I'm just kind of glazing a little bit with it. Nothing exciting. And then this is going to be the front. This is going to be the front of the canvas. And I'm going to put a good amount of Mod Podge on here for stiffening, to seal the paper so it doesn't give away to the paint later. There you go. And then once you got a good, just slap it on there. Set it off to the side. A couple, 3 hours. Let it dry. I'm gonna make 3 of these. Okay, first you need to make a pouring medium. This is what you're going to mix with your paint. And this is gonna be a 50-50 mixture of liquid glue and water. And I'm gonna make quite a bit actually. The cup is full to here with water. And so I'm gonna add that much glue. And mix. When you trying to get a good camera angle so you can see. Yeah. Okay. For my paints, I have chosen black, gray, white, light blue, and purple. 5 is ambitious for the size of the canvas that I have, but what the heck. So I'm going to need 1 cup for each of these paints. I did a lot of this pouring medium because I have 3 canvases and I have 5 colors. Okay. There's something in there. Okay. So I'm putting a good sized blob. So I'm going to 2 tablespoons of paint. Do that for each cup. And then to each cup, I'm going to add the same amount of the 50-50 mixture. So a couple of tablespoons of this into each of the paint cups. Let's give it a good mix. Now that you have your paints mixed up, see how they just string off? That's the consistency that you want. Okay, so here's my 5 colors. Ready to go. And it's been about an hour, so my first board canvas is done. Nice and dry. I'm going to put this little tray top down so it elevates it slightly so it will just run off. And for the first acrylic pour, what we're going to do is basically just pour the paint and then tip the canvas and then let it dry and see what we get. Okay, now that we've got everything poured, let's just swirl it. Let it drag across. Let it make a mess, that's fine. Actually, remove these out of the way. There we go. And let it go out down the corners. I gotta do this backwards. This is gonna turn out so cool. It's pretty viscous. It does kind of take its time. Not mad about that though. Wow, it's getting really cool. You can let it run. You can help it along a little bit. Mash it around in there. Wow. On this end, I got a little bit. Just help the paint get going a little bit. Put my thumb in there. Wow. How neat. And I'm really not mad about that little bit of newspaper right there on the corner, so people know that it's a DIY canvas. Wow, how cool is that? And if you want to be adventurous, I'm going to leave it like this. But if I did another one, I might get like a toothpick and drag through it and make other shapes. But I'm going to leave that just like it is. very pleased with this. Next little canvas here that I did. These are really so cool. I'm gonna put it down here. This is another pour technique, but for this pour, because we want to add the cells from the silicone spray, we're going to add silicone spray, a squirt to each color. And we're also going to use a piece of leftover newspaper. We're going to make it wet, and we're going to use that to move the paint across the medium. So I've just dampened this piece of newspaper in some water. Okay. So I'm gonna got my silicone spray, WD-40 silicone oil that you use for hair clippers, I mean, whatever, as long as it's silicone. Okay, work in a well ventilated area if you're using aerosol. But I'm adding some silicone. Mix it. 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna pour just like the last one. And then once the paint is on the board, then we'll use the newspaper to drag across it. So I'm going to just do stripes, okay? Let's see. Now I have my stripes poured. So I'm going to take this newspaper here, and I'm going to lay it on the end of my little canvas here. I'm going to drag it. See how the bubbles pop up? That's your silicone working in there. How cool is that? And I'm gonna remove this piece here. Start with just tore the end off. I'm gonna drag it across again, but I think I want to add maybe another color to it. Maybe let's add a little more white to it, just a touch on the end. Let's pull some of that through it. Get a good contact on there and drag that. How cool. Then you can see the bubbles popping up in there from your silicone. Tilt it around if you want to help it. Like I can turn it up this way and let it run back down the other way. It's really starting to create the bubble effects there. See them coming? It's really a cool effect. Wow, and they just keep coming. Like you just watch it. It's just like the next time you look at it, there's another bubble and there's another bubble. That's so cool. So this one, what we do is we're going to layer all of the paints into one cup. So, and maybe put a spritz of silicone in there. So we'll do some, some white. Add a spritz. Purple. And then I'll just keep adding colors in. Measure. Now, at this point, two things you can do. Leave it as is, or take one of your sticks, put it in your cup, pull it towards you, and then cut it the other way, just to give them a mix. So here's your paint ready to go. Put down your elevating and your canvas. And now, either dump it or turn your canvas upside down on your cup, and then flip it over. And you can, from here, lift your cup, slide your cup, rotate, whatever you want to do. Oh, just there we go. Here's a teaser. Here's a teaser. Ready? And let's see what she does. Wow. I'm just gonna let it do its own thing for a minute. I'm loving this. And then we'll help it along. We'll move it. See how your cells are starting here? Here, here. Bubble. Boop. Wow. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh. I don't want this to overtake this. So I'm working it back and forth, helping it along, because it's going to push all that paint. I got a wrinkle here. There we go. And I'm going to run it back. Just playing. And I might not be too mad about leaving some of that newspaper showing. Wow, look at that. Look how cool is that? We don't have as many cells. They're starting to pop up. Now that I've let it rest, here we're starting to pop up. Wow, that's a really big one there. Didn't that turn out so cool? So here they are. I have them outside on my porch. This is the straight pour. Wow. So here's the straight pour with no silicone. And I knocked it underneath this painting and I'm really upset. And this is the pour with the silicone added to the paint and then dragging. And then this is mixing them all into one cup and then dumping it out. Wow. How much fun was that? There. Yeah! So, look what you did today. 3 different styles of painting using an acrylic pour technique on canvases that you DIY'd. How neat. Hey, Cooks. Cooks had fun. Cooks is mad because she's locked out of the studio. So she's giving me what for. So remember, be peaceful, be kind, and find time to create. It's good for you. I'll talk to you soon. Cooks, stop. I don't know why you had to sweat it.